Today is the 3rd of August 2023, and this will be our second lesson on pie charts. Thank you to everyone who has been watching our videos so far. Okay, so if you like our videos and upon which platform you are watching from, please can you share them, like them, subscribe and follow us. Okay, it will be very much appreciated. Thank you very much. Normally in the comment section I write, please follow my notes/scripts. Okay, there are times, for instance, let's use this. Okay, this is 30 degrees as in angles, not in temperature. Okay, so assuming I point to this and I say 30%, it is degrees, not percentage. Okay, if I catch myself saying that, I might end up repeating it again. Okay, but always follow what is on the script. Okay, let's start today's lesson. We were talking about pie chart yesterday. I showed you how to draw the circle. I showed you the protractor, the compass, and the pen, okay, a ruler, the things you need to use. Okay, so if you've not watched yesterday's lesson, quickly go and watch it. Yesterday's lesson is a continuation of today. Okay, now today I'm going to show you one pie chart, but there is a lot to it. Okay, so if I want to do 2 examples, we might take a lot of time, so I'm just going to take my time and explain this to you. Okay, I have already drawn the pie chart. The pie chart wasn't given. Okay, so this is the question that I made up. A bakery bakes 6,620 different kinds of pastries and sells, okay, daily. Okay, close to this. This is the average as represented on the pie chart. So I drew this degrees on the pie chart. Okay, so if you look at the pie chart, it says 90% is sausage rolls. So that is my 90% with the sign, the right angle sign there. Okay, so that shows you that is 90 degrees. This sign here tells you it's 90 degrees, even in angles. Now we have 40% ginger. So after drawing the circle with this radius, I drew 90 degrees because we know that the whole circle should add up to 360. So I drew the 90 degrees first using the protractor. You can see my mark there. Then I turned the protractor, measured 40, okay, and I drew the 40 degrees for the gingerbread. Okay, and then I did the same, turn the protractor again, so you can see the mark here. and then measured 110 for cupcakes. So 110 took me to this line. So you can see my mark here. Okay, I don't have to extend the ruler. It just ends at the circumference or the circle. Okay, but these are the marks to show that I measured. Okay, now 20% sandwich. So I put the protractor on this line and then again measure 20%, which brought me to this line. So I connected the center and I drew it and I stopped there. Okay, but if you use a straight line, it should take you up there. And then I turn the protractor on this line from the middle. Okay, and then I measure 30 degrees for bread, and then it brought me here. And then they said the others assorted bakery stuff is X degrees. The others, I don't know what they are. Okay, but when you go to the bakery on a daily basis, there are a lot of things that you can buy for lunch. Okay, normally if you go to the city center, someone might want a drink and sausage rolls or gingerbread, but they realize that on average they've been doing this kind of bakes. Okay, now yesterday we saw how interpreting a pie chart helps. So here, if the manager sees it 110 degrees, so they sell more cupcakes. So in a question they can ask you what is the mode, or what do they sell most. Okay, depending on how they frame the question, you should be able to answer it and say that they sell more cupcakes and they sell least sandwiches, because sandwiches is 20 degrees. Okay, after cupcakes, the next highest sale is the 90 degrees, which is sausage rolls. So in that shop, they sell more cupcakes, and then followed by sausage rolls, followed by others, because if you can see, others is the next large, and then followed by the 40 degrees, which is the gingerbread, and then bread and sandwiches. So you can see bread and sandwiches. So I drew this pie chart wasn't given. So in an exam, you might be asked to represent all this information on a pie chart. The first question is find x. Okay, x degrees. So we know that everything here should add up to 360. So you add each of them and subtract from x degrees. This might be in a calculator paper. So when I added up everything, 90 degrees, add 40 degrees, add 60 degrees, add 20 degrees, add 30 degrees on the calculator and subtracted from 360, I got 70 degrees. So the other bakery stuff, okay, is 70 degrees, which is here. Now the question says we should find the amount of sausage roll bakes. So after finding x, we are going to find the amount of sausage rolls. That is the first one. So we know that the whole circle is 360 and 90 degrees represents sausage rolls. So it's 90 over 360 times 1620. So if you do 90 over 360 on the calculator, you times by 1620 because that's the amount of items baked in total. When you do that, you get 405 sausage rolls. So that is how much sausage rolls that was sold. Okay. Now, question 3. What is the amount of gingerbread? Okay, gingerbread here is 30 degrees. So again, no, gingerbread is 40 degrees. Okay, be careful because it's a lot. Okay, 30 degrees is bread, gingerbread is 40 degrees. So 40 degrees divided by 360 times 160. So if you do 40 divided by 360 and then you times by 1620, you should get 180 gingerbread. Okay, make sure the angles you are using represent what they've given you in the question. Don't use 30 degrees here for gingerbread. Make sure, because otherwise you get different answers. Even though your calculation is right, you haven't done the right thing, so you will lose marks for that. So 40 degrees for gingerbread. Okay, so 40 degrees. So when I did that on the calculator again, I got 180 gingerbread. So that was how much was sold. Now let's look at number 4. Okay, cupcakes. So when you look here, cupcake is 110. So that is the things people like most about that shop. Okay, so and I've represented on the pie charts. Okay, so here again, 110 degrees divided by 360 times 1620. Okay, when you do this on the calculator, so 110 divided by 360 on the calculator, whatever you get, you times by 1620. You get 495 cupcakes. Okay, that is question 4. Then question 5, bread. So 30 degrees represent bread. So on our pie chart, that is 30 degrees. Okay, so 30 degrees bread. So we come here, 30 divided by 360. Whatever we get, we times by 1620. And that gives us 135 bread. That was how much was sold. Question 6 is sandwich. Sandwich in our question is 20%, which we represent on the pie chart here. Okay, that is the bread section. Okay, so the bread section now, the sandwich section now is 20. Okay, so 20 divided by 360 times 1620. Again, if you do 20 over 360 times 1620, you get 90 sandwiches. So that they sold 90 sandwiches on that day. Okay, maybe tuna, sweet corn, all the sandwiches that they make, that is, they sold 90 of them. Okay, now the seventh one is the eggs, which is other bakery stuff, that maybe the mini sausage, pizzas, etc. Those little mini pies, other stuff. Okay, they put that in the other section, and the others, we found it to be 70% here. Okay, so others, as in eggs, here is 70 out of 360 times 1620. And when you do that, you get 315 of the other bakery stuff. So when we go back, we've answered all the questions. I'm just checking. So X is 70 degrees because we're not given. Okay, first of all, we drew the pie chart. Okay, and we divided it into sections, and then we have the X. We found the X. We made the calculations for sausage rolls, which is 405 sausage rolls. Okay, when you are doing questions or exam, it's a good practice just to go over. Okay, especially when you have time. Okay, and then we had sausage rolls. Okay, which I have just shown you. Number 3 is the gingerbread, which is 180 gingerbread. 4 is cupcakes, which is 495 cupcakes. 5 is bread, which is 135 bread. Okay. 6 is sandwiches, which is 90 sandwiches. And X7 is others, which is 1620, and it represents 315 of others. Okay, so you realize that these are some of the things, one of the things you can use to interpret data. So assuming someone drew this activity that the bakery did on a day and put it here, the shop manager will realize that where they are located, they sell more cupcakes, followed by sausage rolls. Okay, so they won't be baking a lot of bread because there'll be leftover of that. And normally people go to bakery to get fresh baked stuff on the day. So if they do a lot of sandwiches, then they are not going to sell them, and then maybe the following day people might not want to buy them, and they might end up losing customers. So to keep up with their customers, they need to, as they have represent all this on the pie chart, they need to have a look critically and see what they sell most, to do more of that so that they can maximize their profit margin. Okay, so these are some of the ways pie chart helps. Okay, it can also help, as we saw yesterday, in the football stand. Okay, in every sector of life, you can draw a pie chart. Okay, you can even draw a pie chart of your spending, what you spend and what you spend it on, and what goes in and how much comes in, so that you know where to save, to use that money to pay other stuff like bills, okay, electric bills, water bills. So by having an idea what comes in and what goes out using a pie chart, you can easily say that, oh, okay, because this is more important for now than this, okay, assuming this is the locality where they are and this is what the demands are. They might go to another location and they might sell more sandwiches or more bread, okay, than cupcakes. Okay, maybe they're in the city center, so people prefer this than sandwiches. But if you are in a community, maybe they might prefer bread because they do their own breakfast and they do their own sandwich than any of that stuff. Okay, maybe they might want cupcakes because children like cupcakes, okay, a lot. Okay, so with time, another location bakery can say that, oh, because they do a lot of cupcakes, we are also going to do that. They might have to look at what they sell most and then go along what their customers want. Okay, so I wanted to show you this and take time to explain it to you and show you how much is involved in a pie chart question. Okay, if you get a pie chart question like this, it might be a whole question because they might ask you to do a lot of all this. Okay, and they might twist the question. Maybe they might ask you to find the mode of what is being sold a lot. So you might have to draw it and use it to answer the questions. Okay, so this is why I brought in only one pie chart today to show you, because I realized that if I want to bring in a second one, we might go beyond our 30 minutes. Okay, and normally I don't want the video that long because at times you might lose concentration, especially when it's maths. It is good maximum of 30 minutes, then you can go away and think about what we've learned. So this is what we've done today. Go and look for other pie chart questions. Okay, they might be similar to this, and then try and solve them. Now for the last bit, what I did is, after answering all the questions and seeing what represent, I wasn't asked to do this, but I added everything. Okay, the sausage rolls, the gingerbread, and all the values, the cupcakes, the bread, the sandwich, okay, the others, the eggs, and everything I got added up to 1625. So it means our calculation is right. If you did that and you got 1720, then there is something wrong with one of the calculations or maybe two. So you might have to quickly go over. But questions like this, it's better you take your time to solve them because they might carry a full mark, like maybe 15 out of 15 or 20 out of 20 or even 25 out of 25. So if you are able to follow through and do all this that and get all the marks, then you'll be in a very good position to get a stronger grade. Okay, so thank you for watching today's lesson, and I'll see you in the next lesson. Okay.